Well, as a communicator, I feel for them because I totally understand where they're coming from. What I think is important to understand about Reddit is that while each community can set up its own rules on top of Reddit's rules across the site, that oftentimes those rules are quite strict. So for example, if you're talking about automotive, for example, the rules around the automotive community could involve like very strict rules around the kind of decorum that they expect from their members. So I think that while initially engaging on Reddit can be a little bit daunting, I think once people get familiar with the site and with the communities that are particularly relevant to their industry, they will find actually a quite welcoming place. The future, in my view, of communications is really one where consumers have a voice. It's not something to avoid, it's something to embrace, and I think that you can find that on Reddit.
Breath it out broadly, and that's something we look for.
So great to hear.
Absolutely. We see this across the board where the passions of Redditors translates into real world results. So, for example, the entertainment community has really been the initial industry, as well as gaming and technology industries, to really harness the passion of their fan bases on Reddit. So that means maybe giving them little hints as to what's coming up in terms of their product roadmap, or really engaging with those consumers in an AMA. They find direct results out of Reddit because they know that these are people who are deeply interested in what their product is. And so they can have a conversation with them, or they can glean data insights into what those communities are talking about. And so whether or not you've got a movie opening or a TV show that's launching or a game that's coming out, all those kinds of conversations are happening on Reddit. So another example is of the Reddit community really taking an approach in the offline world is around activism. For example, in the United States, net neutrality is a very big issue for all Redditors across spectrums, and so you see that they, are reaching out to their legislators and having their voices heard in very meaningful ways.
Those discussions from the very start, which means that you don't have to take care.
So one thing that some people might not be familiar with Reddit is there are these extraordinary advice and support communities on the site. And so the way in which users can build trust in those communities and elsewhere on the site is the fact that they can be themselves, right? So if you have issues ranging from maybe you're having a relationship problem and you're seeking advice from the community on that topic, or you simply need advice on how to get rid of your dandruff. These are things that maybe are personally concerning to you, and the quality of the advice that you're going to get on Reddit is quite extraordinary. People are willing to open up to themselves because they know that within the right communities, they can be authentic, they can ask real questions and get real advice back. Coming from the U.S., I have to say that I hope that there's some kind of transformation in U.S. politics. It's incredibly split at the moment. I don't feel like there's a lot of listening that's happening on both sides. And so I hope that people having the opportunity to take a step back and to really listen to the interests and concerns of people who don't necessarily share your views, I hope that that's something that is transformed in the next 365 days.